A really big welcome to this video. This video is the first of a little series of 4 videos, each of them sharing 3 things relating to the Mace energy method. All these little groups of 3 came through in a little flurry, so that I ended up with 4 groups of 3, which made 12, which means that the very first time this video is being released is actually on Christmas Day, because as there were 12, I thought, oh, 12 days of Christmas. I'll release them across the 12 days of Christmas, so there's one for each day. But of course, you will be watching this whenever you're watching it, and that is all good whenever you found it. So, to start with, for this first video, I'm talking about the 3 things that I love about Mace. So when I first came across Mace, I actually knew I loved it already. I didn't know anything about it. I hadn't read anything, but the minute I heard about it, I knew it was the thing for me. And then when I got to know it better, I loved it even more. So, number 1 on my why I love Mace list. The first one is that it does what it says on the tin. So if ever we're going to engage in something, we do really want to know it's going to make the difference that we want it to make. And I'd engaged in so many spiritual activities, which were kind of on a hope and a prayer. They were kind of done on faith. They were done on trust. They were done on cross my fingers. The practitioner says this is what it's going to do, so I'm going to believe this is what it's going to do. And that was actually perfect for that particular point in time for my journey. I would never say that was wrong. If that's what you're interested in, then absolutely go for that. It was totally right for me to have that experience of trusting and having faith in something that was completely invisible, that was completely unknowable. But then when I came across Mace, having spent enough time for me in that space of faith and trust and cross your fingers and hope it's done what you wanted it to do, I was so delighted to discover Mace, which actually does do what it says on the tin. It does clear and clean you of these negative identities and the resistance to unwanted feelings that have been there and running your life for so long. So my absolute top reason for loving Mace is that it actually does what it says on the tin, and therefore leads to a much nicer life on the other side. And increasingly nicer, the more sessions you have. The second thing I love about Mace is that it's not woo-woo. Now, again, having just said, I've done a whole bunch of spiritual, energetic, woo-woo stuff. I practiced it. I can do energy transmissions. That's part of my toolkit. I have done energy clearings where I'm working in other people's energy fields, clearing past lives, shifting energies within their system to help them become unstuck or move forward with something. Again, like I said a moment ago, that was all kind of done on a hope and a prayer. I did see the results, but while I was doing it, there had to be absolute trust in how I was being guided in each moment with each client. And that was a really important lesson for me. But then when I came across Mace again, it was like, well, I love this because this isn't woo-woo. This doesn't require hope and a prayer. This isn't me being guided by some unknowable force in order to help the other person. This is a set process which has been tried and tested and proven. And by me guiding the process for the client, and with the client that fits the bill in terms of Mace being the thing for them, we'll come on to that with another video. In that moment, it works because we're each playing our part in that process. And it doesn't require cross fingers, I hope this works for this person. It doesn't require a question mark over will this be gone or won't it? It's so reliable, and it doesn't need any kind of altered states. It doesn't need me to be in any altered state. It doesn't require you to be in any altered state. You're just going to be a normal person with your eyes closed in the process, and I'm a normal person guiding it, helping you through step by step. Some bits will go easily. Some bits you need me with my expertise to give you the right question or instruction for that moment based on your unique circumstances. But we're just two normal people in a process together, which is really blooming effective at getting to what you actually want to solve. So I really love it for that, that it's not woo-woo, it's not weird, it's not wacky, it doesn't require altered states. It's not a cross fingers, I hope this energy does what we want it to do. It works. It works as a process. And then the third thing in my list of why I love Mace is the fact that it's efficient. So I've always loved being efficient. I've always been an efficient kind of person. Always in work, I was looking for ways to improve processes, to streamline systems. It was just like in my DNA to do things in the most efficient way possible. So again, this process of the Mace energy method fits me like a glove because it is so efficient. And that means that after your foundation sessions, when you're having subsequent sessions, if that's what you choose, you can sometimes get things discreated within 15 minutes, maybe 30, maybe sometimes it'll be an hour. But in an hour, you could potentially pull out 3 or 4 or 5 things. So it's so efficient and it's so reliable that I know that whatever I take to the process, it's done, it's handled, and then I get to carry on with my life. And I really love it for that. So my top 3 things I love about Mace. It does what it says on the tin. It's not woo-woo, and it's efficient. And I really love it for all those things. I'll see you in the next video.